Have you ever stopped to wonder about it? That desperate craving for the weekend. What is that force that pulls us through the week, promising some kind of reward at the end? Today, we're going to dig into a perspective that just flips this whole idea on its head. It suggests our weekend escape? Well, it isn't what we think it is. Not at all.
It starts with Monday, the sound of the alarm, the long commute, the beginning of that slow march, 5 whole days stretching out in front of you.
Then comes Tuesday. The rhythm starts to set in, right? The emails are piling up, the hours just tick by, and every single one feels like a small price we have to pay for that promise of Friday.
Wednesday, hump day. You're at the peak of the week, halfway there. But those gears, the gears of the grind, they just keep on turning.
By Thursday, you see a little glimmer of light. The finish line is finally in sight, and you can almost taste it, right? The freedom. Just one more day. Just got to push through one more day. And then, it's here. Friday. It's like a release. The clock hits 5, the week is finally over, and it feels like the shackles just fall away. This is what we've been waiting for. So we bolt out of the office, out of the factory, out of that mind-numbing routine. But where are we actually going? What are we running into?
We find ourselves here, in the noise, the frantic energy, this kind of collective rush to feel something, anything at all. Is this really the promised land we worked so hard for all week?
The spiritual teacher ShriPrashant offers a pretty startling diagnosis for this. He says this frantic search, it's not a quest for joy, it's a symptom of being deeply, profoundly bored with our own lives.
And this brings up a really fascinating question, doesn't it? We always connect laughter and fun with being happy. But what if the person who looks the most entertained is actually the one who's in the most pain?
This is where we need a new word. See, what we usually call enjoyment isn't really joy. It's something else, titillation. It's a fleeting sensation, just a surface-level excitement. And here's the crucial part. Anybody can have it. It doesn't require any depth or courage or inner richness to experience.
So this is a really important distinction. On one side, you've got elation. That's true joy. It comes from deep, profound experiences, like overcoming a real fear, or the thrill of a brand new discovery, the ecstasy of love. But on the other side is titillation, what we call entertainment. It's just a constant need for fun, a little dose of dopamine, a shallow craving for excitement. I mean, think about it. If our lives were already full of that real elation, from living right, from discovery, from love, would we even need this extra artificial dose of fun? The question kind of suggests that this deep craving for entertainment is actually a sign of a fundamental emptiness.
Just picture it, a week spent in a job that feels totally meaningless, a routine that's just draining you, a life that just feels, hollow.
And right here, we see the core connection. The more empty and rotten the week is, the more spectacular and sensational the weekend has to be to make up for it. It's a direct relationship. The pain of those 5 days literally dictates the intensity of the 2-day escape.
So let's just look at the deal we're making with ourselves. We agree to put up with work that we can't stand, that doesn't fulfill us, for the majority of our waking lives.
And why? Also, we can earn some money to spend on 2 days of fleeting distractions, basically trying to forget the misery of the 5 days that came before. When you lay it all out like that, it doesn't look like a good deal. It's a cycle of putting up with misery just so you can pay for a temporary relief from that exact same misery. It's a fundamentally bad bargain.
And this leads us to the most powerful, the most crucial point of all. We've been taught our whole lives to see the weekend, the party, the shopping spree, as the prize for a hard week's work. But what if that's just a complete illusion?
Here it is, the final verdict. The entertainment isn't the reward. It is the punishment. It is the sentence you are serving for having tolerated a life that has no real meaning, no real joy from Monday to Friday. That frantic, desperate need to escape, that's the proof that you're in a prison.
So we're not going to end with an easy answer. We're going to end with a challenge. Instead of searching for a better distraction or a more sensational escape, maybe the real question is this. What is so meaningful, so engaging, so truly worthy that you would gladly devote your entire life to it? Find that, and you might just discover you don't need to be entertained anymore.